I want to be real careful about this, is what I'm finna say. But I actually feel this way. But I want to be real careful because we are dealing with the Texans. I think things are really about to change. For the first time, I feel more confident in saying that. That I feel like things are really about to change in the city of Houston for the Houston Texans. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic. Today we're talking some football, Houston Texans football. Today we're gonna talk about this whole thing, this whole entire thing, this whole situation that's going on with the Texans because the pressure is on. The clock is ticking. Time is almost up. The pressure is on now. The clock is ticking. Pressure is on now. We gonna talk about it. We gonna break it down. Before we get in there, like I'm telling you before, if you liking the content, man, make sure you liking the channel. Make sure you subscribing to the channel. Make sure you comment on all the videos. Make sure you sharing all the videos on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, any type of social media platform you use. Make sure you share them same social media platforms. Also, follow me on social media. The link in the description below. Man, let's get this channel growing and growing and growing. I really, really appreciate all the help, man. But like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe, comment. Let's get this thing rolling. Now, as we all know, the Texans blanked up and won the game on Sunday and cost themselves the number one overall pick. And before the plane even landed, we knew that Lovie Smith, we already knew Lovie Smith was fired, but the Texans fired Lovie Smith. So then Nick Caserio and Cal have a press conference Monday afternoon, and Cal looked like how Cal looked. But Nick Caserio, on the other hand, looked at shook. And I've listened and watched, I ain't gonna say every single interview and press conference that Nick Caserio has done since he's been a Houston Texan and been hired by Houston Texans, but I've seen a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them. And he normally talks like a politician, talking in circles. Well, directing the question over here and talking about this and talking about Silicon Valley and Apple and building a 4 or 500 team, like a 4 or 500 company. Like, he's talk about all these things, and when you listen to his conversation, when you listen to his press conference or the interviews, you feel like you're dumber than when you were when you walked in. Like, I know less about what I thought I was knowing before I walked in because you told me a whole lot of nothing. This press conference was a whole lot differently. This press conference here, you could tell the pressure was on. You could tell by the way he looked. He talked with his head down. He looked and asked who asked him the question. He wasn't looking back in the face. He was down here. He's up here. He's looking over here. He's looking around. He looked like a guy who was nervous. He looked like a guy whose job is on the line. And for that matter, I feel like his career is on the line. Because I think Cal made it perfectly clear. If you mess this up this time, you're out the door. And I 1,000% agree. There's no more excuses. You've run out of excuses. I'm giving you enough rope to hang yourself with. You've run out of complete excuses. I don't want to hear. I don't give a damn about anything. I know the national media, everybody want to push the whole Lovie Smith and the black coach this and black coach that. You fired 2 black coaches after 1 year. I don't care about none of that. Brian Flores lawsuit. I don't care about none of that. I don't give a damn. I don't care about none of that. This next guy you hire, he better be the guy. He damn sure better be the guy. I'm not about to spend no more money. I gotta pay Bill O'Brien that's not coaching. I gotta pay David Culley who's no longer here. I gotta pay now Lovie Smith. And now I gotta pay this guy here. And if he don't work out, no, I'm not paying all these damn coaches. I'm not wasting money like that. You better get this right, or it's all on you. And I'm pretty sure that's what Cal has told him. And he understands that pressure. He understands, like I say, not just his job as a Houston Texans general manager, but his career. Because if he messes up again, no one's going to give him a job after messing up 3 head coaching hires and also draft picks, wherever that falls. So he cannot mess none of this up. He can't mess up free agency. He can't mess up head coaching hire. He can't mess up draft picks. But we just gonna stick about what's going on right here. He cannot mess none of that up because I don't care. Oh, we know we gave him an excuse with no David Culley, the whole Deshaun Watson situation, and then last year the whole Brian Flores situation. I don't care no more. I don't care. Hire whoever you believe is going to be the guy that they can save your job. Basically, that's basically what you do. Hire the guy who you believe to save your job. So I don't think there's going to be no more sham interviews. No more interviewing Hines Ward or interviewing Josh McCown. None of the other bull interviews that they was giving. No, there's not going to be none of that These are going to be the candidates he's named have been legitimate candidates. Now, how people feel about Jonathan Gannon? I know majority of us here we want D'Amico Ryans or Ben Johnson from the Bay, not from the Lions, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, the defensive coordinator from the Broncos, and the OC from the Giants. He has to. He's interviewing guys who he believes is going to have the job. And Cal, and he also said that other voices are going to be a part of this, and Cal's going to be part of the process. I think that Cal not only going to be part of the process, but not like how that not how it sounds like like that Cal's going to be involved. I think that Cal's going to be in the interview process. I think Cal's going to be sitting back, listening to the interview, and allowing Nick to do his job to interview the candidate. Interview the candidate. And I think he's going to be there. And he's going to be like, okay. And Cal's probably going to have his opinion. Like, say, for instance, Cal wants D'Amico, but says Nick Caserio wants to go with Jonathan Gannon. Cal's going to ask Nick Caserio, okay, why do you want Jonathan Gannon? And if he doesn't give a compelling argument that convinces somebody like Cal why you should go with Jonathan Gannon or Ben Johnson over D'Amico Ryans or over this coach over here, that who maybe Cal wants to hire, then that might be his job, because he even said in his own press conference that if he messes this up, he might not be able to get a chance to complete the hire. Like you might be at a press conference talking about my job. So he knows that he's not cleared yet. He's like this coaching hire is just the beginning. He's going to do a legitimate interview. When he interviews these coaches, he's going to have to ask them, who's going to be your OC? Who's going to be your DC? With the second overall pick, who do you think we should draft? How do you think we should target the second pick? If this play here, this play there, what direction do you think we're going to go in? Maybe not tell you, okay, draft this play over here, but go in this type of direction. Maybe you should be looking at a quarterback. Maybe you should be looking. All these things are factors, because this head coach, you need to be on the same page with this head coach. You need to be on the same page with the head coach via how we want to spend money. Because another thing, when have the Texans ever, in their 25-year history, ever tell you about, they're going to target free agents? We've never said that, even no matter how much cap space we've had. He's talked about, we got cap space, we're going to tackle things in free agency, we got a lot of draft capital, we're going to tackle things in draft. He's never, not only Nick Caserio, but the Texans and themselves have never been that open and been that candid about what they're going to do this upcoming offseason. But Nick is. Why is Nick doing that? Because he knows the pressure is on. Like, Cal has applied that pressure heavy. He's applied that pressure heavy on Nick Caserio, and Nick Caserio understands that. And Nick Caserio, don't say, it's not only just his job with the Houston Texans, but his career in the NFL. Because if he messes this up and gets fired a year from now, there's no NFL team that's going to hire him to be a general manager. And I don't even think there's an NFL team that's going to hire him outside of being just a scout other than New England. New England might give him another type of front office job, but any other team is not going to hire him outside of being a scout. Ain't nobody about to hire him for player personnel. Nobody's about to hire him for any of that type of stuff. And I've been saying this from the jump. No, not from the jump. I've been saying this for the past couple months. That the best thing that Nick Caserio has done this draft, we like the Stingley pick, the Petrie pick, the Damian Pierce pick. We like those picks. We need to see when we see out of green, but we like what he's done so far in the draft, and he's actually had draft capital. He could just be a very, very good scout. He could be a real good scout. But just because you're a good scout does not make you a good general manager. Just like being a good coordinator does not make you a good head coach. Wade Phillips is a good coordinator. Not really all that good as a head coach. What's it called? He used to be the office coordinator in Dallas back in the 90s. Turner wasn't all that good as a head coach. We've seen plenty of good coordinators not be good head coaches. We've seen it time and time again, offensively and defensively. Josh McDaniels might be a good coordinator, but not a good coach. We've seen it time and time again. So he could just be a real good scout. Because it's more than being a general manager than the draft. Like, we always focus on the draft, but obviously he probably has a blind spot when it comes to hiring coaches, because he hired David Culley and hired Lovie Smith. And again, I don't give a damn about any of the excuses. I don't care about the Deshaun Watson situation. I don't give a damn about the Brian Flores lawsuit, because you didn't have to hire David Culley. You didn't have to. You could have hired somebody else. And even if you did hire David Culley, you didn't have to fire him last year. You could have kept it, but no, you thought you was trying to get greedy. You were trying to get greedy and try to bring in Josh McCown. And because you backed out of that because of the whole Brian Flores situation. Again, I don't care. I don't care about that narrative. People gonna say what they gonna say. I don't care about the narrative. Just like I don't care when it comes to the first round pick. Chicago got the first number one overall pick. I don't care if Chicago decides to draft a quarterback. I don't think they are, but if Chicago does, or if somebody leaps the Texans, I don't give a damn. You better hit on whatever pick you have because one, you shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. You should have lost the game on Sunday so you can guarantee the number one pick to eliminate that. But since you didn't do that, since you didn't do what you're supposed to, since you didn't tell Lovie Smith to bench certain players or whatever, and that whole Lovie Smith, that was a big F you to Houston. He knew he was getting fired, so that's the reason why he went out there and won the game. And I've never seen Cal McNair as mad as I've seen him walking on that field. Because Lovey probably got fired on that field. Like, he probably fired Lovey then. Like, he probably grabbed Lovey and told Lovey, it's a wrap. Don't even go in the locker room to address the guys. Just go. It's a wrap. That's probably what he did. Because I've never seen Cal as mad as I've ever. I've seen Bob McNair mad before. I've never seen Bob or Cal that mad before. He was heated. He was so mad his son was probably running around because his son was running around him. I'm pretty sure his son was like, Dad, we won the game. Because, he a kid. He see the Houston score. He see they up 32-31. He's like, Dad, we won the game. He pushed him like, get away from me, son. Like, and then we've all been there, parents, that you mad, somebody pissed you off at work, somebody pissed you off, and your kids come up to you. Not right now. Not right now, because I'm pissed off right now. That's the look that Cal had in his face. And I'm pretty sure when he brought Nick Caserio in that office, he said, what are we doing? What's the plan? What are we doing? How are we going forward for this? And choose your words carefully. Because the way you answer these questions is going to determine if you're going to be continuing to sit in that seat. I'm pretty sure that's what Cal did. Because I've never seen Nick Caserio look, talk, and sound, and act the way he did in that press conference announcing that they're going in a different direction after Lovie Smith. Never. I've never seen nobody that discomfortable, that uncomfortable before. Never. He wasn't that uncomfortable when they let go of David Culley last year. Rick Smith wasn't that uncomfortable in the press conference when they let go of Gary Kubiak back in 2013. Like none of these other general managers that's been in this situation before. Castro wasn't looking like that when they let go of Don Capers back in 2000 and in 2006, 2005. Well, I guess the season was over. So I guess it was 2006 off season. So I guess it will be 2006. So yeah, in the 2006 off season, they didn't look like that. I remember all those press conferences watching them. They didn't look like that. Nick looked completely different. Nick looked like somebody the job was on the line. For that matter, Bill O'Brien, when he got fired, didn't look like that. And he just lost his job. Bill O'Brien came out there and talked to the media like it was, like it was a rap. I mean, like he fell on the sword that he got fired. And he didn't act no certain way. I've never seen a grown man look like that. Now in this type of situation, no. He looked like a man, like I said, not only his job as in Houston, but he understands that his whole entire career of what he's built for the past 20 plus years being associated with the New England Patriots and what he's done in Houston, the clock is ticking. The clock is completely ticking. He understands what he did the previous 20 years in New England and what he's done for the last 2 years. What he's been building towards, rather. What he's been building for the last 20 years in New England. The previous 20 years in New England, he was building for a career standpoint. And then what he's done, when he actually got his opportunity now, could all be crumbling if he doesn't straighten up and fly right and get this situation fixed. Now again, I prefer, me personally, D'Amico. I want Nick Caserio to hire who he believes is going to save his job. I want him to hire who he feels is the best candidate. No more fucking around with the fuck around. Ain't got no time for it. Ain't got no time to play. Has zero time to play. You have to get the situation correct and you have to get the situation done in the right direction via head coaching hire, offensive and defensive coordinators. Like you need somebody who's gonna hire staff. You can't have nobody. Well, I'm gonna run my own defense or I'm gonna run my offense. I need you to hire staff, and it needs to be a damn good staff. I don't need just to be some of your friends you went to college. No, I need to be a legitimate staff. I need you to bring me something that I can bring to Cal McNair and be like, this is who I want to hire. This is who we want to hire as coaching staff. And Cal McNair looks at it like, okay, I'll write the check, bring them on. I'll write the check and bring them on. Oh, well, because you got Stephen A. Smith telling us, hey, black coaches, if the Houston call you, don't answer. But D'Amico's on that list. If D'Amico's that guy, you go get D'Amico. I don't care if he's asking for a huge ass price. Make it enough. Like Smokey Mama said on Friday. Make it enough. Hey, we at the second pick of the draft. I don't know if we can get who we want to get. Make it enough. This is the type of cap space that they gave us. I don't know. Make it enough. That's what Cal was telling Nick Caserio. And Nick Caserio understands that. And now he's in the situation where he has to fix all the mess that not only he made, but Bill O'Brien and Jack Easterby made. And again, I don't excuse him for that either. Because they're all on the same line of thinking. Remember, both Jack and Bill O'Brien wanted to bring in Nick Caserio years ago, back in 2019, back in 2019. So they all on the same line of thinking. So the mistakes that your buddies made, you gotta pay for that too, bro. Because y'all all tied in together. Like, don't get this misunderstanding misconstrued. They're all tied and woven in together. They are. They completely are. They come from the same line of thinking. Now, do I believe Nick Caserio would have traded Hopkins for pennies? Absolutely not. I don't believe that. But at the same time, they're all friends and they're all woven in the same line of thinking. What Kevin say? Your bullshit is my bullshit. My bullshit is your bullshit. That's the situation that Nick Caserio finds himself in. Jack and Bill's bullshit is his bullshit. And he has to fix it. Point blank, period. He got to. And if he don't fix it, he gonna be looking for a job. It ain't gonna be on Kirby no more.